Hey Christian, this is a demo video for you for your Saberforge Vanquish. You've been super patient. You were one of my first sales and my first install sales on Etsy about 4 months ago when we had decided that we were going to pre-order this, or we are going to order this off of Saberforge, and then I'd install it when it came in. At that time, I had no idea about the lead times of Saberforge, but you did because you've been super cool about it the entire time. Just got this in the mail yesterday. So I worked hard last night coming up with a chassis design that I couldn't do until I had it in my hand. Got that all printed out this morning and then came home straight from work and got this installed for you. I still need to make your blade, which I expect to have that material here tomorrow. But I wanted to get you a demo video out as quickly as possible because you've already waited so long. And I do have this test blade for now that we'll test it out with so that you can see everything works. So you can see I got you set up with NeoPixels. Your 7-pin connector in there. Pretty far in there. I wanted to make sure it was far enough in there to where you put your blade in, you would get good shine through on these vents right here. These three screws right here that are holding this shroud on actually have set screws behind them on both of the side ones that are holding your holder for your pin connectors in there. So I went in, put set screws in there, held your connector in, and then put these screws on top. And then this one in the middle is just holding the shroud. This is a one-button setup because there's no easy way to get to your battery. I had to make sure you had a recharge port that was easily accessible, and to do that I put it right here. So you don't have to open your hilt at all. I 3D printed this kill key. We'll go over that in a second. But because there were only 2 holes here and I wanted to put your recharge port here, I did a one-button setup here that we'll go over in a second, and it works just as well. This didn't come with any switches. It came with some end caps that you could cover these holes with, but I did away with those and used this switch that I've been hanging on to waiting for this guy. And then also this recharge port that I don't typically use, I kept that around for this guy as well. So this has the CFX in it. This middle part splits in half when you take this piece off and this front piece off. This thing just sandwiches out. So your battery is actually in this compartment right here. I printed a separate holder for your CFX board that lays right here, and then your speaker, it has its own holder and it's right here. So actually we can take this end cap off just like that. You can see your speaker right there, 28mm bass speaker, TCS big wow speaker actually. So that's that. If you ever wanted to get to your board to put sound fonts on, do a firmware update, anything you wanted to do, you just take this screw out and this screw out, and then while you're holding this together, you just twist this off. Be careful twisting it off. I left a lot of slack in the speaker wires to where when you pull this off, you'll have enough room to take it off and move it to the side and get to your board. Your board is right here, right where this seam is at, so you can just put your finger in there and pop your card out anytime, or use the USB, the micro USB, if that's what you'd rather do, if you're going to use rice. But right there, and then you just slide this back, line up your holes, and screw this back down. And that's how you get to your board. So I did JB Weld in this switch and this recharge port. I just did that here about an hour ago, so in the morning this thing will be fully cured and those buttons aren't going anywhere. But like I said, I wanted to get this demo video out to you now. For blade retention, you had 2 holes here with 2 set screws each. I took this set screw out because that's about where your pin connector is, and that won't do you any good holding the blade in. Your blade, your holder's just past that, so that's not going to bite your blade enough. But this one I left in because this one's perfect. So let's throw a blade in here. 1-inch blade, like I said, that I'll be making for you, and then I'll have this out in the mail to you by Saturday at the latest. And we'll just, you can feel it bounce up and down on the pins, so you want to hold them down on the pins, hold the blade down on the pins, tighten up your set screw, just like that. I'll turn this light off. And then we'll take your kill key out.
Hey, the kid's gotta eat.
Ignition. Smooth swing. Flash on flash. Just tap it for blaster deflex. Now if you hold that button down and hit the blade while you're holding it down, hang on, you'll get blade lock up. Just like that. If you want to change the color when the blade is on, hold down the button and twist your wrist. Just like that. Now you can twist the hilt and keep rotating through the color wheel until you find something that you like. Let's see if we can land on a red. Just like that. When you find one that you like, just tap the button. Now I gave you 32 different blade profiles on here. So to get to the blade effects, you'll want to hold the button down and twist your wrist again, but then keep the button held down. Keep it held down.
Blade profile.
Now let go. Now you can twist the hilt again, slowly, to get different blade effects. Till you find one that you like, and then just tap the button. And then because you don't have a removable battery, just hold the button down to turn it off, by the way. And because your battery stays in there, it's going to remember that color and blade effect that you picked for that sound font.
Sound energy critical.
That sound energy critical means I need to charge the battery. I have not done that yet because I came straight home to install this, and as soon as I got it done, I wanted to get this video out to you. So when the blade is off, or the hilt is off, sorry, and you want to get to your sound fonts, hold down this button until you hear this.
Sound bank selection.
He's been working on that thing for weeks.
Now you can just cycle through the buttons.
Legacy, what is thy bidding?
And when you find one that you like,
My master.
hold the button down.
Months of attacking Imperial targets, and Vader sends a boy to fight me?
Sound energy critical.
Good shine through on your vents. You can see. So that is your hilt. I will get your blade made ASAP as soon as the stuff gets in here from the mail, and I will get this right out to you. And I can't thank you enough for your patience during this entire process. Thank you.